welcome to the Magic Online Championship Series recap. I'm Rashad Miller, and I'm going to be going over the highlights of the Season 8 Championship. Season 8 was held July 18th through August 15th. The championship was held on August 18th. Players needed 15 qualifier points, which were awarded for high finishes on Magic Online events to play in the championship. 353 players battled it out in the Legacy constructed format. The top 8 players were Jacksad, playing Omniscience. This deck uses Show and Tell to put Omniscience into play without paying its extremely high mana cost. Once Omniscience is down, casting Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn, for free easily wins games. Found Omega, playing Miracle Tax. Land Tax found a home with its recent unbanning from Legacy, but Sensei's Divining Tap is the real hero of this deck, setting up a soft lock with counterbalance and allowing for miracles to be put on top of the deck or even drawn on your opponent's turn. JCG 610, playing Esper Stoneblade. The power of Stoneforge Mystic combined with Batterskull provides the perfect low-cost yet potent threat to complement the array of counter magic and hand disruption this deck offers. Lark Blue, playing Ant. As far as combo decks go, this one's fast and deadly. Packed full of low-cost mana accelerators and card drawing spells, this deck uses Tendrils of Agony to kill its opponent after generating a substantial storm count. Flappers, playing Goblins. Whenever I have a problem, I usually throw a bunch of goblins at it, and that's exactly what this deck does. Goblin Lackey, Goblin Ringleader, and Goblin War Chief make sure that the onslaught doesn't end until you are victorious. Gainsay, playing Enchantress. Argothian Enchantress and Enchantress's Presence allow you to draw cards for each enchantment you play, like Wild Growth and Utopia Sprawl. And once this card drawing engine really gets revving, the deck uses Words of Wind to bounce all of its opponent's permanents. Jabberwocky, playing Zombies. The creatures in this deck have a nasty habit of not staying dead. Bloodghast and Gravecrawler team up with sacrifice abilities from Goblin Bombardment or the 2-card duel of Blood Artist and Carrion Feeder to effectively machine gun your opponent's life total down to 0. And Ace on the flop, playing Rug Delver. You guys didn't think we'd have a top 8 without Delver, did you? Proven to be one of the more efficient threats in Magic, Delver of Secrets is combined with counter magic, burn, and threshold creatures to make for a potent and synergistic deck. Let's get right to the top 8. Quarterfinals. Ace on the flop versus Jacksad. Game 1, Ace on the flop got some early pressure with Nimble Mongoose and Wasteland, but Jacksad persevered and cast a turn 4 Show and Tell with Force of Will backup. Emrakul hit the battlefield, which prompted Ace on the flop to concede. In Game 2, Ace on the flop had counter magic for Jacksad's early card manipulation. A Tarmogoyf, Delver of Secrets, and Nimble Mongoose for Ace on the flop began to work on Jacksad's life total. A last-ditch Show and Tell from Jacksad was met by too many counterspells from Ace on the flop. Jacksad concedes. We're on to Game 3. Jacksad is on the play and had the Ancient 2 for turn 2 Show and Tell. Ace on the flop had Daze, but that wasn't enough. Omniscience hit the battlefield, and a Burning Wish for Petals of Insight from Jacksad prompted the concession from Ace on the flop. Flappers versus Lark Blue. This isn't a very good matchup for Flappers, as the Goblin deck can't really interact with Lark Blue's Storm combo. Flappers gets in a few attacks with Goblin Ringleader and a Matron, but Lark Blue eventually starts his combo. 20 spells or so later, and Tendrils of Agony seals the deal. Game 2, Flappers gets just about the best start he can with Goblin Lackey, but Lark Blue has Duress for the Chalice of Void that would follow on turn 2. This cleared the way for Lark Blue to set up a turn 3 Tendrils win. Found Omega versus Jabberwocky. Game 1, Found Omega had counterbalance but no Sensei's Divining Tap, which allowed Jabberwocky to mount an impressive offense. A Miracle Terminus cleared the board for Found Omega. Jabberwocky began to continue his relentless aggression, but Jace the Mind Sculptor allows Found Omega to Miracle Entreat the Angels to steal Game 1. Game 2, an early Bitter Blossom for Jabberwocky along with Lingering Souls created an army of 1/1 flying tokens. Engineered Explosives cleared the first wave of threats for Found Omega, but the second wave finished the job. Game 3 started off pretty slow, which probably made Found Omega happy. A Trinket Mage searched out Graph Digger's Cage, which neutered the resilience of Jabberwocky's deck. Jabberwocky tries to get an offense started, but it was too late. Jace the Mind Sculptor and Entreat the Angels took over the game for Found Omega. Gainsay vs JCG 610. Game 1, JCG 610 comes out with an onslaught of hand disruption, leaving Gainsay with no action in the early turns. Stoneforge Mystic and Geist of Saint Traff hit the battlefield for JCG 610, while Gainsay could do little to stop it. JCG 610 takes the first game. Game 2, JCG 610 again had Inquisition of Kozilek for Gainsay's Enchantress's presence. Gainsay's early plays were met with JCG 610's counter magic. Gainsay was not able to get much going as Stoneforge Mystic and Jace the Mind Sculptor clinched the game for JCG 610. Semifinals, Found Omega vs JCG 610. The early turns of this game were spent by both players countering each other's threats. JCG 610 was finally able to resolve a Stoneforge Mystic, searching out Batterskull. Found Omega took this opportunity to miracle and entreat the Angels, but the resilience of Batterskull proved to be too much. JCG 610 wins Game 1. Game 2, JCG 610 comes out of the gates with an impressive army of Lingering Souls tokens. Terminus from Found Omega clears the board, and the following Entreat the Angels threaten to take the game. JCG 610 valiantly tried to race the Angel tokens, but fell a bit short. JCG 610 put the pressure on early with Geist of Saint Traff and Lingering Souls. Found Omega was able to stabilize with the Terminus at 3 life, then assemble Counterbalance and Sensei's Divine on top, which allowed the time needed to find and treat the Angels. JCG 610 fell to the Angels, and Found Omega was on to the finals. Lark Blue vs Jaxad. Both these players spent the early games hindering each other's combo with hand disruption and counter magic. Jaxad managed to get an Omniscience in play, but with no cards in hand. Lark Blue wasn't able to get his combo going before Jaxad drew and cast Emrakul. Jaxad wins Game 1. Lark Blue was on the play and was able to protect a potential turn 3 win with Duress and Cabal Therapy. Jaxad played Burning Wish in hopes of getting a third turn, but that never happened. On to Game 3. Jaxad resolved a relatively slow turn 4 Show and Tell, putting down Grizzlebrand. Lark Blue attempted to start his Storm combo on his 4th turn, but was stymied by Force of Will. An attack from Grizzlebrand and 1 Omniscience later prompted the concession from Lark Blue. And that brings us to the finals of the Magic Online Championship Series Season 8 Championship, Found Omega vs Jaxad. This is a classic match of a control deck versus a combo deck, so we won't be seeing a lot of action in the early turns. Jaxad is going to try to mass multiple spells to force a Show and Tell through counter magic, while Found Omega will try to assemble a hand of counter spells and disruption to prevent the combo from happening. Burning Wish for Show and Tell makes sure Jaxad has at least 1 threat available, while Found Omega is very content with activating Sensei's Divine on top to sculpt a resistant hand. Found Omega makes the first move with Counterbalance. This is a spell no combo player wants to see, and Jaxad uses 2 Force of Wills to win the counter war. Jaxad goes for Show and Tell after the smoke clears, but it gets Force of Willed as well. Found Omega then tries to resolve Jace the Mind Sculptor, and yet another Force of Will from Jaxad. Jaxad doesn't have many cards in hand, but finds a personal tutor. Show and Tell is put on top of his library. Not much from Found Omega other than Sensei's Divine on top activations, and Jaxad goes for the Show and Tell. It resolves and Emrakul hits play. Found Omega end of turn miracled Entreat the Angels thanks to a Sensei's Divine on top activation, although I don't think these Angels can race an Eldrazi. Emrakul attacks and annihilates 6, leaves Found Omega with only Tundra and land tax. Upkeep land tax activation from Found Omega, and wow, talk about a miracle. Terminus right off the top. Emrakul goes away, and this land tax could bring Found Omega back into this game. Brainstorm for Jaxad finds a Burning Wish. Wish gets Grape Shot, and with Found Omega at 3 life, this should do it. Jaxad wins Game 1. Game 2, Jaxad comes out with a Pithing Needle from the sideboard. Sensei's Divine on top is the chosen card. This is a pretty big blow to Found Omega's game plan. It looks like Found Omega is having some mana troubles as well, and is forced to discard a Terminus. Jaxad goes for the Show and Tell, Force a Will from Found Omega, Red Elemental Blast from Jaxad, Blue Elemental Blast from Found Omega, and a second Red Elemental Blast from Jaxad. Show and Tell resolves. Omniscience hits play for Jaxad and Counterbalance for Found Omega, as Jaxad tries for a Brainstorm. The Counterbalance trigger doesn't counter the Brainstorm, and a third Elemental Blast destroys the Counterbalance. Found Omega is in trouble now. Only one disenchant from his sideboard that can deal with an Omniscience once it hits the battlefield. Found Omega needs to find counterspells for the threats that Jaxad will inevitably play, for free. Counterbalance from Found Omega gets Double Dazed. Jaxad drew a threat, the uncounterable Emrakul. The extra turn trigger goes on a stack and Found Omega concedes. And we have a champion. Congratulations to Jaxad, Season 8 champion. Now, if you'd like to see more coverage of this or any other Magic Online tournament, visit www.mtgonline.com. Thanks for watching the Magic Online Championship Series recap with me, Rashad Miller, and I'll see you next time for Season 9.